G'day guys and welcome back. You're here with Gaz Defiles, and today we're going to have a wee look at story time. Now I'm sure a lot of you have seen storytime channels before, and today we're going to look at a very special wee snowflake. Actually, snowflake's the wrong word. Her name's Channon. She's a young lady. No, that's a lie actually. She's a lady, I think, and she tells stories that are true. She'll often at the beginning of these as well always preface with, "This is really true." Have you noticed how in my videos I've never once started it with going, "Hey guys, everything I'm telling you is the truth"? You know why? Because that makes it sound like everything you're saying is a fucking lie, right? That's the worst start to anything, is being, "Hey, this is true." It's like, of course it's fucking true. Like, you're saying it out your mouth, it's probably going to be true, right? People don't just go around openly lying unless they're prefacing everything they say that is true with the truth, which means if you haven't said that before, it's a lie. But anyway, fuck it. This is Channon, and we're going to have a wee look at a couple of videos today. The first one being Born for Porn. Let's do it.
Hey
guys, it's Channon, and in today's video I'm going to tell you a story, well, kind of like a story of how I think that I was kind of just like born to be a porn star, and I know that that sounds like really bad.
It does sound bad. She's not wrong.
I did things that if you saw when I was younger, you would be like, she's going to be a porn star.
What? Pause it. If you saw her when she was younger, you'd be like, she's going to be a porn star. I have never once in my entire life walked around, you know, I'm walking around with my girlfriend, with the boys, whatever, fucking in town, you know, getting something to eat, maybe getting a drink, see a child walk past. I'm like, guys! She was born to be a porn star. No one has ever said that about a fucking child. If they have, they should be locked up. The only people who say this about children are pedophiles.
So first, we'll start this. Do I look like a frigid fucking bitch in this? I feel like because it goes up so high, I feel like kind of like frigidy. Snooty.
There's nothing wrong with a turtleneck, okay? It's modest. It's nice. You don't have to point out that we can't see your tits. We can still see them, like, they're very obviously, like, still there, but just because we can't see your cleavage, you don't have to point it out, okay?
Alright, so let's get into this story. So, for those of you guys that have read my book, this one right here.
If you've read her book, get the fuck off my page. Just get off, because there are so many better things to have fucking read, man. Like, so many better things. The ingredients in fucking Febreze, for instance. Yeah, that's exciting.
Funny. So I just want to start out by letting you guys know my parents are very liberal. Like, they are very, like, laid back. They're cool with, like, a lot of stuff.
Your parents being okay with you doing porn and being okay with the fact that apparently you were sexual from a very young age doesn't make your parents liberal. You know what that makes your parents? Neglectful. At a young age, your parents were probably neglectful of you, and that could be why this is happening.
You know what I mean? So they weren't like very strict parents. They didn't bring me up, you know, like we walked around naked all the time. When my parents got divorced.
Can you believe that her parents weren't strict? And also, can you believe that her parents were divorced? If I had ever seen someone from a stable home, it was totally Channon Rose. Channon, how do you even say it? Channon?
Channon.
Channon Rose. Is it Channon with a CH?
Yeah.
Oh! Why am I not? I'm not even surprised, actually. Of course you're Channon with a CH. Continue, Channon.
It's like in my mom's house, like all the girls, it was all girls living there, just my mom and my sister and I. And like we would all walk around naked, like whatever. And when we were little, and like my friends came over, we would go swimming naked.
I like how they're kind of sexualizing, she's sexualizing herself as a child and she keeps doing it. Like, she doesn't have to mention that we walked around naked. I mean, I'm sure that it's going to have something to do with the story later on, right? But like, even as a child, she can't help but sexualize herself as a child. This just fucked. Continue.
As I look back on it now, you know, having done porn and like ended up in that industry, and I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, I was kind of just like born to be a porn star. So I was born in the Valley, and that's like porn capital of the world, you know, like Chatsworth.
True. Every single person born in the Valley, you're born to be a porn star. You might be an actor, you might be successful, and many things. Regardless, you're doing the wrong fucking thing, because Channon Rose knows that if you're born in the Valley, you're born for porn.
And ever since I was a little girl, I always loved like modeling and acting and like taking pictures. Like, I would always want my mom to take pictures of me.
We get it. your vein.
Except for these pictures were not like cute, like girly little girl pictures. They were full on sexy, like a sexy little beast when I was like way too young to be even thinking about trying to be sexy. I was like taking these sexy pictures and my parents just let me do it. I don't know. They didn't say like, Shannon, you shouldn't pose like that. Posing extremely sexy, and I'm going to show you some pictures in a second.
This is an example of parental neglect, okay? Your parents should have been telling you to do these things. You shouldn't be praising the fact that your mum was like, hey, Channon, Shannon, don't do that, darling. Don't you know, get your puss out and whatnot. You're 4 years old. The parents are there so that this doesn't happen, Shannon. Please don't be telling an entire generation of people that this is the correct way. Like, listen, if you're in porn, I have nothing against that, okay? But if you're going to portray that, like, having parents who sexualize you from such a young age, which is pretty much like, I'm not going to say it's molestation, but it's definitely child abuse, and we can agree on that. This is clearly a form of child abuse. Let's not say that's okay. Let's not make that a fun thing, okay? Is that too much to ask? Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
So here's a picture. My mom dressed me like a little Playboy bunny. You can see right here. That's me, the little wee one. And that is like a Halloween picture of me dressed as a Playboy bunny.
When I was a young child, I live in New Zealand, so we're not so big into Halloween here. But I do remember going to a couple little Halloween things as a child, and as I got older we had the parties and whatnot. But I remember being, I was about 2 years old. I don't remember this, that's a complete lie. I have photos, of myself dressed up as Superman. You know, a normal thing to dress up a child as. Here, Shannon's mother has decided to dress her up as a Playboy bunny. Well, unfortunately, Mum, Shannon didn't make it to Playboy. She ended up in Hustler.
As a Playboy bunny. Mom, what were you thinking? I mean, I think it's cute. I would do it to my kid, but that's probably just because we're a little fucked up in the head.
So, I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm going to play it for you again.
I think it's cute. I would do it to my kid, but that's probably just because we're a little fucked up in the head.
Shannon just said that she will do this again. I mean, I'm not a fan of eugenics. I mean, I don't think we should have selective breeding or decide who can and can't have children. But Shannon, if you're going to do this to your child, we're probably going to have to take him away from you. Please don't do this to your daughter. Please don't.
When we advance to pictures like this, I don't even know how freaking old I am in this picture, but I am in lingerie, posing with lipstick on.
Oh my god, stop. If this was found on my hard drive, I would get fucking locked up. What the fuck is this? This is legitimately like child porn.
Thank your parents for using her as a second income.
Oh my god. This isn't okay. Like, don't be saying you're gonna do this to your daughter. This is filth. I'm feeling physically ill, like, watching this. How are you happy that this is what happened? I don't get it.
There's some other pictures I wasn't allowed to put in this big book because it would be considered child pornography.
You are lucky that any of this book wasn't considered child pornography, Shannon. You are essentially selling child porn, but you're making it legal. You realize that, don't you?
But like growing up, I would ask my mom to take pictures of me and my friends like naked in the backyard, and we put like little flowers over our cupcake.
Shannon, at this point, calling that a cupcake? It's no fucking cupcake. Although it might be covered in icing, but shit, it's not a fucking cupcake, sweetheart.
And like, you know, lay out on our lounge chairs, and like my mom took pictures.
So your mother took photos of you and your friends naked. Is your mother in prison? Is you because she probably could be. Like, this isn't even a joke at this point. I'm pretty sure this is illegal.
I know this sounds so bad, but
this doesn't sound bad. This sounds downright criminal. How on earth are you, your mother, what I presume is a stepdad who was involved at some point? I don't even want to know what the fuck happened with stepdad. I pray to God you don't have any story in your shitty playlist. There's 80 of these fucking things, by the way. That is stepdad time. Because I almost fucking... There's probably going to be one. Fucking continue.
But like it's not like really child pornography. Like she wasn't like, oh my god, I'm gonna sell these or like, you know, give them to old men.
Just because you're not distributing it doesn't mean that they're not pedophiles. And also, by the way, women can be pedophiles too, okay? As can young men, as can attractive men, as can old women. Anyone can be a pedophile.
Into like, it was nothing like that, but it was like me just being completely comfortable in my skin from such a young age and being naked with like me and my friends and being like take pictures, like we're posing full on naked. We were out in the backyard swimming, but like still, I don't know how the hell my parents didn't say anything, or
I don't know how the neighbours didn't say anything. And I have even less of an idea how Child Protective Services haven't said anything. How has nobody said anything? This is fucking insane. When I'm older, I don't have any kids at the moment, but if I have children, if my daughter, or my son for that matter, but if say my daughter comes home, I'm like, oh hey sweetie, how was your time over at Shannon's place? She goes, Dad, you know it's Channon. I'm like, I know, but that's a dumb cunt name, isn't it, sweetheart? She'd go, I know, I have a great relationship with my child. Anyway, I'm like, what did you get up to? She's like, oh, we were swimming, you know. I'm like, cool, what else happened? Oh, then we took our clothes off. I'm like, what? Then what happened? She made you pose and the mother took fucking photo. How did nobody give a shit? How did nobody care, man? This is fucked. This is fucked.
to them that maybe that was just weird or wrong.
This is not weird or wrong. This is weird and wrong. And illegal.
Like posing and being naked and sexy and sensual. I'm just like very open sexually.
Channon, when I see you, I can kind of tell you're open sexually. You kind of painted on your face. You kind of stuck the open sexual bits in your lips. You've got open and sexual here as well, so I mean, we're quite clearly openly sexual.
And then as I got older, like my teenage years, I started doing things that were just like illegal.
Well, although you yourself weren't doing the illegal things as a child, you were involved in illegal activity your entire life, Channon. It didn't start when you were a teenager. This entire story up until this point has pretty much been illegal activities. This shouldn't be called born for porn. It would be, I somehow haven't been to prison.
And not very good, but definitely in the sex industry, like in my teenage years, and you know, doesn't really surprise me.
I'm not surprised you're involved in the sex industry as a teenager either, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody is. Like, we probably guessed it.
So if you haven't read my book, I will link it down below. It's on Amazon and on Kindle. It's really inexpensive. I wanted to write this book to not just share my story with you guys, but also to be able to help other people that have gone through like difficult times or struggles.
Channon, you are the last person in the world who should be helping anybody with anything. I mean, seriously, like, I'm not trying to be mean here. Well, I guess I kind of am, but like, I'm not trying to be too mean to you, because you've obviously been through some shit and you're a bit, you know, lost and whatnot. But you can't be giving people advice. Your advice is truthful. Your advice will get people arrested, man.
I don't know, it's kind of a good book. It has good reviews on Amazon if you want to go check it out. Self-promo. I just thought I'd share that story with you because it was kind of funny and I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what, I want to tell that story.
Channon, you said it's a kind of good book. You think child pedophilia is a good thing, but you only think your book's kind of good. How fucking bad is your book?
I just thought I'd share that story with you because it was kind of funny and I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what, I want to tell that story.
Channon, that was my laughing face. This is not a funny video. This is a terribly sad, sad video. I'm trying to find the light in it, but this is sad.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with sex, and I think that it's just silly that there's such like a bad connotation linked with like sex and...
Channon, there's nothing wrong with sex, okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong with sex. However, there is something wrong with sex with minors. There's a reason why there's something wrong with sex with minors. It's because they can't make decisions for themselves, so adults protect them, you know? Protect them from predators, like your parents.
Anyways, that's my message for the day. I hope you guys like this video.
Channon, you know we enjoyed that video, but not for the reasons you thought. And definitely not for the reasons you hoped. Aye.